Welcome back to Get Out the House, Go Fish. And today I'm going to be talking about that demo that I did just the other day on this new Hobie Compass. All right, so stick around. Let's talk about some of the things that I think should be added to this kayak. Alright, so let's get started. Now, the first thing that I want to talk about is this front area. I'm going to start in the front of the kayak here and just move back, talking about each area. I do like this cargo net right here. In the outback, I rarely even use that when I'm out on the water. Okay, it's so hard, like when I'm out in the water, to get that bungee is so tight. It's very hard to open that front hatch on the outback. So I rarely use it. If I'm stopping somewhere and I get out of the kayak, then I'm like, it's easier for me to open. But when I'm on the water, leaning up toward that front hatch and trying to actually open that hatch, it's really hard for me to open. So I like this idea right here. One of the options that you can do on this is, look right here. This hatch right here, one of the things that I would do is take this round hatch right here and move it up here under the cargo net there. And then when you install your fish finder, you're not going to take up all your dry space right here. You're going to be able to move the battery up here into the front of the actual kayak there. And then once you move that up to the front there, then I would actually add a square hatch right there. So you have a lot more space right there, a lot more dry space right there. So that's two things I would do from here to here. I would leave this alone right there. I'd move that round hatch up to the front and then purchase a larger square hatch to put right there. And then you can add your battery right there for your fish finder. And then you have a lot more space right there because you don't really have a lot of space. When you saw me open, let me show you the clip where I'm opening the hatch there. Okay, so as I look inside the hatch here, you can see there's not a lot of space in there. You know, there's just enough to fit that battery, and that's not really a lot of space in there like you do with the Outback where you have a lot more dry space. So I'm thinking, take this hatch, put it in the front, and put a nice, large, square hatch right here. As you can see right here, you have a nice little space left if you want to add more rails. So that's a nice option. And that's definitely something else to do, is add more rails right there. The next thing is, y'all see something that's not here? Any type of carry handles. Of course you have your ropes, very basic rope handles up in the front and the back of the kayak, but there's no side carrying handles. I would actually go with something similar on the Outback, those nice thick handles, and I think they would be perfect right there on the sides right here, on either side. One right there, and then on the other side. For these plastic rails, I'm not sure how well they're going to hold up, but only time will tell. I do like this back here, enough for your cooler or whatever. You got your flush mount pole holders right here. You only have two for the whole kayak. So, but those rails in the front, you'll be able to add more pole holders up there. And then back here, if you have a cooler, you can put that back here, or anything else you want to put back here. But there's lots of space back here. I like that because it's very similar to the Pro Angler. I kind of like this, the rudder control too. It's flush with the kayak, and it's not really, it doesn't get in your way when you're out there on the water. And I had no issues at all with turning that dial and the steering of the kayak. So it handled well and tracked well on the water, and it turned pretty sharp. I was really happy the way it turned. Now I like this design. It's very similar to the Pro Angler. And you know, with the Outback, the rudder's sitting on top and you have to pull that handle and you're going, you know, and then it flips it around and down into the water. I kind of like this design a lot better than what's on the Outback. I like how it's the way it's they did this with the back end of it, like the Pro Angler. Very smart on what they did there. All right, so here we go. This is the issue I have with this kayak. This is a very basic seat. If it does have lumbar, I didn't really look in detail about any type of lumbar support here, which I'm not sure if it does have any that you can tighten back here. But these straps right here, the way they were a little hard to pull and adjust on both sides. And from what I'm told by another YouTuber that replied, that they had this set up, the left side up when I did the demo, into like a beach chair mode. Just like with the other seats, you can use it as a beach chair. Well, they had this strap hooked into the side here into like a beach mode, beach chair mode. Well, when I was going out and doing the demo, every time when I was out there pedaling with the Mirage Drive, this side was staying down, but this side would kind of kick up and come up and push me back in the chair, like I was gonna, you know, come back in the seat. So every time I kicked, I was like rocking back like this, and that was really annoying. So when I brought it back in, I let Kitty go out in the kayak, and see, she didn't really say anything about it coming up, but when I took it out, I could tell. I guess with my weight, I was pushing it back. So I found the area where it wasn't hooked into the eyelet. Once I hooked into the eyelet, then just me leaning back like this with those threads. I guess the threads were stripped, or maybe it wasn't installed properly. I can't tell you, but I know as soon as I leaned back, it popped right out the side, and you see that in the demo. And that's the weak point. The seat is not as comfortable as the CT Vantage seat that's in the Outback. One of the things I would like to see, the only thing really I would like to see Hobie do with this kayak is make some type of modification down here to the molding of the kayak, to where if you wanted to buy a kit, you could add a kit in here to where you could add that CT Vantage seat. I know that seat costs like $67. I think I've seen it online, $479. I think you can get them off eBay right now. I see a few on there for $479 plus shipping. So let's say, you know, $500. If I want to buy this kayak and spend $500, I want that option to put that seat in this kayak. I think that would be, you know, that would be like 2 thumbs up for them to put some type of, to change the molding in the seat area so you can add that CT Vantage seat. That would make a world of difference. Everything else I can live with. All right, and that's really it. You know, I just want to go over some of the positive things with this kayak. I think this kayak has the potential to be a really great kayak. And I think of course, what I think is the main weak point in this kayak is that seat. You know, I know price is where they're coming at with that basic seat, but I think if they came up with some type of modification to where you can add some type of kit in the future, to where if you wanted to add the CT Vantage seat, just like the one that's in the Outback, you have that option to do. You know, I'm sure someone will pay that $500 to be comfortable out on that water, because that CT Vantage seat makes a huge difference, I'm telling you, than this little basic plastic chair that they have in there now. And it's really not that comfortable, especially you're going to be out there for a couple hours. And besides the seat, it's going to be a great kayak for Hobie. So hopefully they will come up with a option like that in the future, you know. But I want to hear from y'all. Tell me what y'all think. If y'all go out and demo this kayak, if y'all buy this kayak, tell me what y'all think about that seat, and tell me about, you know, other mods y'all think that they should do or think should be done to this kayak. But I think the main thing, the ones that I'm number one mods is some type of mod kit where you can in the molding change where the seat area is, so you can add the CT Vantage seat. Number two, the hatches. You can move that round hatch to the front, put the square one in the middle, so that way you have more dry space when you add your fish finder. The next are the handles. Add your handles on either side, just like the Outback handles. Add those to the sides. But it's a great kayak. Besides that, so let me know what y'all think.